Hello, I'm Stewart Bloor, pike fishing video. Set off for a local lake this morning. Unfortunately it was frozen over. We've had some sharp overnight frosts this week, but not to be outdone, headed for the River Severn, Middle Severn. Water temperature is down as you would expect, but when the going gets tough, the tough don't stay at home, do they? They get out there, get the baits in the water, and that's what I'm going to do and give it my best shot. Right, got the fish on the mat. Going to show you how to get the hooks out. I'm over the fish, but I'm not actually on it. I'm just forming a sort of a cradle around it so that if it does flap, it's not going to go all over the place, which, with trebles involved, plus their teeth, can not only hurt the pike, but also could hurt me as well. Now, I'm holding it there. I've got my hands in. You can see it going, but I've got nice firm grip, but not any sort of pressure really. Take the one treble out, and the other one's actually just come out as well. So there you go. Don't be frightened of pike. It is a confidence thing though. That's very important. Just about to return the fish now. It's not a problem at all with this particular fish. It's hardly been out the water at all. Simply get the hooks out, quick photograph, and it's in the net now at the side, ready to go. Not a blanker. That was great. Happy to catch that. I'm watching the rods now, so I'm looking down at the lake. There was quite a while really from the time that the float first started to move to the moment that I actually struck into the fish. I think one of the problems at this moment in time anyway is that we've had such a cold winter. The water temperature has been rock bottom. I mean, even now it's a mild day today. Even now it's only just 4 degrees, so it's still quite cold, and I think the pike have been very inactive, and as they're now starting to come on the feed, they're not exactly ferocious yet. They're probably picking up the food, playing with it. I've noticed on the last couple of sessions I've had a lot of tremors and movement on the float that hasn't actually developed into a strike. I think soon, if the weather continues to pick up in the next few days or whatever, I think there could be a massive window of opportunity whereby the fish will come on the feed big time. The sort of thing where if someone came to this lake on that particular day, fished it for the first time, they could catch so many fish they could think it's probably the easiest pike water in the world. Of course, this is the good thing about angling. We can try to think ahead of ourselves, think about what we're doing, try to plan our sessions if we're fortunate enough to be able to do so, and then we can strike it good. But at the moment, it's still quite hard. But as I say, happy to cast that fish. This is my third session. I've just put a couple of rods out. You can see the river behind me. A freezing cold night, an overnight frost again. I had to scrape the ice off the car. It's the 1st of March today, so I include this as spring. I divide my angling year into the seasons. March, April, May is spring. But getting to the river, it looks in good condition. I think it's rising slightly, but it's in good condition, as I say. And the water temperature is 4.8, so I'm very pleased with that. I've got a sardine tail section on the one rod and a small roach, whole roach, on the other. Am I confident? I'm always confident. I set myself up, don't I, for these videos, talking in advance, saying how confident I am. But unless you're confident, you might as well not be at the water's edge. So, rods are out. I'm going to sit back, have a cup of tea now. I haven't had a drink yet this morning, and hopefully get some action. No fish as of yet. I'm struggling on that front, but on the bank I've just seen my first lesser celandine of the year. That's a flower, British wildflower. There are quite a few early leaves coming through, so I was very surprised to find that a fully developed flower, well, on the way to becoming fully developed, I'll show you in a moment, that there's a single flower actually on its own, nothing else in sight, just these early leaves, and there's a single flower, lesser celandine. Let's have a look. I hope you've enjoyed the video. At one stage I did think that the water temperature was going to increase quite sharply and bring the fish on the feed, but unfortunately we've had some very severe overnight frosts, -5 on some nights, so that's really kept the fish down. But I've had the 2 to show for it, so I'm quite pleased with that, really, considering the conditions. Check out my angling journal, the website, video link on there, Facebook link on there, Twitter link on there, lots of articles to get engrossed in. Check it out, and to show you how up to date my angling journal website is, and the video and the article of course that accompany one another, I'm about to leave Dudmaston now, and in a few hours time I'll be at Molineux to watch Wolves take on Manchester United. Tough game ahead, probably a tougher prospect than I've had this week after Pike, so no predictions at all on that front.